Found North Batch 9 Cask Strength Whiskey. This one has a minimum of 19-year-old whiskey inside of it, claiming that it is the oldest batch to date. Proof on this one, 124.6 proof. Mash bill on this is 91% corn, 8% rye, 1% malted barley. I am always excited to get into anything that Found North does, guys. So without further ado, let's go. All right, guys, so the makeup of this whiskey is actually quite complex. It starts with a 19-year-old rye that was finished in Ruby Port hogsheads for over a year, followed up by 3 different corn components that are at 23 years old, 2 of which that were aged in New American oak, 1 that was aged in ex-bourbon barrels, a 19-year-old rye, a 19-year-old corn whiskey, a 22-year-old corn whiskey, and finally a 26-year-old corn whiskey to round out the 8-year base of this whiskey. Definitely quite complex, guys. Let's get in the nose. So further away from the glass, I get a lot of citrus influence on it. There is a lot of lemon. There's a lot of orange. You do get the sweetness of that corn. A little bit of ethanol there, but further into the glass, it gets very dense. As well as, it really reminds me of a funnel cake with the confectionery sugar and kind of like some mixed berries on top. Beautiful nose, very rich, very inviting. Let's get in the first sip. Cheers. Man, this whiskey leaves that wonderful residue behind. Lots of really nice oils on this one. So a lot of which that I was getting on the nose, I'm getting on the palate on this one. It's very dense. It's very rich. Nice viscosity to it. The mixed berries kind of hit me up at the front. However, there's a very unique kind of butterscotch toffee note that sits there across the back and into the back of the palate and kind of across the mid strap there of the palate. I feel like there's more of a rye spice on this than I was expecting. You know, with it being such a low percent of a rye, I didn't think that I was going to get that spiciness. It is a little bit high in proof. I would say it drinks its proof, but I think that rye spice is actually kind of fooling me a little bit, making it drink maybe a little bit hotter than what it is. Really nice finish on this one. I say it's a medium to long finish. Again, more along that medium side. Really nice, unique kind of notes to it. And I would say that butterscotch toffee note would definitely come from the majority of the corn in this one. Let's get a second sip. Spiciness definitely kind of died down a little bit on that second sip. But it's actually bringing more of that like mixed berry influence, and then it's like one of those little, butterscotch candies that have been around for like a century, and then a little bit of that toffee influence in there too, that kind of fold into the back of the palate. Back of the palate, it gets more, it gets a little more traditional. You do get the sweetness of the corn that kind of flows through into the back. You do get, the caramels and the vanillas are all kind of combining there, kind of with that butterscotch and toffee. Mixed berry, that note kind of cuts off right there in the middle of the palate. I was hoping that would kind of flow through into the back. Still a really nice viscosity even on that second sip. Really, really nice work here. Let's get the last sip, guys. Cheers. So the spice has definitely died down on this one. You get a little bit of that white pepper there. Again, not super sharp. I love the mixture of that mixed berry, butterscotch, toffee kind of note there on the front and middle of the palate. That is very unique. It is really, really good. It makes you want to go back and just get that flavor again just really quick. The flavors do kind of fade away fairly fast. However, it does leave you with a nice kind of viscosity and oiliness on the palate. Finish again still along that medium range. All I can say is very nice job here by Found North. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to give a big shout out to the team over at Found North for supplying me with the sample here to review on the channel. Guys, another Found North reviewed. Fantastic. I love the sweet profile that this one offers while still giving you just a little bit of that spice. Again, the spice kind of died down a little bit, but really that mixed berry butterscotch toffee note, I absolutely fell in love with. It's very addictive. It makes you want to go back for more and more. This is a very dangerous whiskey, in my opinion. Again, way more on the sweet side than the spicy side. But this is a bottle that I would definitely buy. Hats off to Found North for another fantastic release. Guys, if you're looking for more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. Till next time, guys, stay dusty.